everyone, welcome to another Maker's Gonna Learn video. I'm Courtney and I am so excited to have been here this week making some fall crafts. If you haven't tuned in, there have been a few fall crafts already posted this week and today we're making another one. This is going to be a wreath that is super cute and also is so inexpensive and uses just a few supplies. At the end of this video, I'll even give you a hack on how you can make this on a larger scale to really fill up your front porch on a budget. It's almost free. I swear it's just a couple dollars and you will have amazing, really awesome home decor for your front porch this Halloween. So let's jump into it and we'll start by going over our supplies. So for the base of our wreath, we are using this grapevine wreath form. I got this actually at Joann Fabrics. I think they sell them at most of the craft stores. And it's just a basic grapevine leaf, and you can tell there's some different variations. This one, we kind of wanted it to have a lot of wispy, so yeah, we have that. And then we have this felt. It's not just regular felt though, it's stiff felt, like it'll kind of stand up on its own kind of. So that's from Hobby Lobby. For a big sheet of this, which we'll probably only need maybe 1 or 2 sheets for this whole wreath, is $1.19. And you can probably get that 50% off, or if not, use a coupon. And then we have these spider webs. They're super stretchy. I got these on Amazon and they will cover, this bag covers 800 square feet. So we literally only need like just a little bit of this for our wreath, and that will be great. And then we have a 12 by 24 mat. This is the FabricGrip Mat from Cricut. Because we'll be using our rotary blade. So we have a Cricut maker and a rotary blade, and last but not least, we have our Lynn Lily hot glue gun, and that is all we're going to need for this project. Alrighty, so here we are in Design Space. I have downloaded this cut file for Maker's Gonna Learn. We have a couple different bat files over there, and this is just the one that I chose to use. And once you import it to Cricut Design Space, you're going to want to size them accordingly to your wreath. So my wreath is about 15 inches, and that includes all of the wispy parts on the end. So what I want to do is kind of size these accordingly to that. I actually got out my tape measure and measured a few areas where I would want bats and figured out how big I would want them to be. So I have one that's about 7 inches, one that's about 5 inches, one that's about 2.5 inches, and one that's about 4 inches. So I would just wanted a variety of sizes within those bats for my wreath. So once we click Make It, we can see over here that it has these 4 bats over here. And the reason that I didn't need to add more bats on my mat, even though I want more than 4 bats on this wreath, is because I'm gonna go up here to Project Copies and up this, and we're gonna kind of play around with that to see how many we can fit on a mat. So I think I'm gonna do 6 project copies and take my material size to 12 by 19 because that is the size of my felt. It's actually 12 by 18. So we just need to make sure that that last bottom inch of our mat is not covered or is not being used. So what we can do is use these bats and move them around so that we can fit the most on a small piece of felt and not waste any. So you can play around with these and just move them around so that you don't waste your felt. You just want to make sure you get the most out of your material since you're paying for it. So I'm just going to spend some time, and I think it's worth it to be able to move these bats around so that I can get more on the mat. So I have them all on this mat, and I'm going to click Continue. We'll select our device. All right, on this screen, this is where you can choose your material. So the material that we are using is acrylic felt, so that is what I've selected here, and it will tell me to use the rotary blade. So that's what we're going to do, and all we're going to do is prepare our mat now. So all I'm doing here is placing it at the top and pressing it down. Just want to make sure that it's centered in case we have anything close to the edges, and we'll press that down. And now we'll load it into the Cricut. When the Cricut button starts flashing, you can press that to start the cut. All right, friends, so once that has finished cutting out, we will be able to remove it from our mat, and look how beautifully it cut. You're able to just peel this right off the mat, and we'll just, some of them you might have to do a little popping out like this, but overall it looks great, and we have all of these bats that we can go ahead and place on our wreath. All right, so I'm bringing in my wreath here, and I'm going to turn it until I feel like I know which side I want to go at the top and bottom. And I think it looks best when it is like this and this part is at the top. So just figure that out before you start gluing your bats on. So now I'm going to take a bat, and with my Lily hot glue gun, I'm just going to place the glue down the center. And then I will place it on a branch. And you can kind of bend your bat wings in if you want it to look a little three-dimensional. So that's all we're going to do, is we're just going to keep gluing these bats all around in different places and different sizes. So you probably won't want to have like all your big ones congregated. Once you have a big one, you'll probably want to put a little one next to it. So that's what I'm going to do here. These baby bats are so cute. And you can have them on the outskirts just like this, flying away. You just put them wherever you think they look best. So some of them, if you need to attach them to more than one branch, you can put a line of glue in a different direction than that first one that I did. Just need to make sure that it adheres down where you want it to be. All right, so we are just working on placing some more bats. I have this bat that I'm gonna put over here, up in this corner. I'm gonna bring it down so you can make sure you can see it. So I'm just adding a bunch of glue and then have this bat fly away off the wreath this way. And you just kind of want to take a far away glance at your wreath. You don't want to get too caught up in the details. So just take a glance at it, and then that's how you can figure out where you should add some. So here I have this little one, and I want him to go on this branch here. I have a couple other little ones that I'm trying to work in. I don't want this guy and this guy to follow each other's path. So I think I might need this guy to fly over this way maybe. And this is the last bat that I have to place down. So I'm just working, making sure that it is attached in the glue onto those branches. So I want to attach it to this broken branch so it can kind of cover him up. So I'm just adding a little bit more glue there. And what do you think? This is our finished wreath. If you have a lot of hot glue gun strings, a hack for that is to come in with a hair dryer, and it'll kind of melt them and they will just basically disappear. All right, once you have the bats on there, we're going to add our spider webs. This comes in a big clump, and it's kind of all twisted together, and it can look like snow. So basically, we want to stretch it very long so that it looks like a spider web or cobweb and not snow, because we don't want to cross our holidays and make it look wintry or Christmassy. So as you can see, if you really just stretch it out a lot, that's when it starts to look like spider webs. All right, now bring your wreath into the center, and you're gonna kind of shake this out and pull it over your wreath. You're gonna need to keep your wreath close to you and just wrap it. And then this edge is a little thick, so once we get it on there, we're gonna cut it off. So you're just gonna kind of pull it, and you can either have it cover the whole thing or just sections. So I'm pulling it down over here on the side. I really need to stretch it some more over here So let me show you what you can do. You can take this, because this is kind of the edge and it wasn't able to be stretched. So you can kind of just take that and cut it off. So then we'll have this part and we can stretch this and just wrap it around some more branches over here to kind of stretch it out. This isn't done, but you can see the vibe and how it's going to kind of turn out. And it just brings that extra spooky level to your wreath. This is totally optional, but I thought it was kind of fun and very inexpensive to add, because you can use the rest of this on your bushes and stuff like that around your yard. So we're just kind of pulling it, and you can tuck it behind the bats if you want the bats to pop out more. In the beginning of this video, I told you that if you stay tuned to the end, I will show you how to take this project and bring it to the next level on a larger scale. So what we did is we went out into the backyard and we chopped down a branch off a tree that needed to be trimmed up anyways. We brought the branches into our onto our front porch, and we did the same technique as we did on this wreath, just on those branches. So we opened up those spider webs really big and we draped them over the branches, and then we added some larger scale felt bats, and it just brings the whole porch together. And I just love it because it fills up the porch, which can usually become expensive if you're looking for larger scale items at the store, and a lot of them. So this project was really inexpensive because the branches were free and the felt was just a few dollars along with the spider webs. So we just are so happy with how that turned out. So what did you guys think of this project? I absolutely love how the wreath turned out, and it really just looks amazing on the front porch. I am so glad that you joined me for this video, and I hope to see you in many more future videos. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!